Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Carl back at it again. New video, same grind, y'all already know. I hope y'all doing well on this Saturday afternoon and ready to do some hard grind because like always, I'm ready. As you can see in the video title, today I'm not going to talk about our fundamentals like I usually do, but I'm going to be talking about the more fun side of things, which is the art style. But before we tackle today's subject, a good majority of you who are watching my YouTube videos are not sub to the channel. Let's fix that real quick. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like so more people like you can find this video and learn how to effectively grind their art style. Alright, now let's get started. Assuming you have been grinding your fundamentals like some good artist that you are, you're probably wondering why the heck your art looks unappealing even though you put all this hard work in your fundamentals grind. Well, the answer is simple. You lack the sauce that makes your art aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, and this is where you're going to start to make some soul searching. You have to find what is that you like in other people's artwork and what you want to implement in your own work. But before that, try to take a good look at your most recent artworks and find things that you like about it. And please don't be like, oh, I hate everything about my art. Make some efforts and recognize your strength even if you're not at your peak level yet. I'm a firm believer that we all have a natural art style that has been formed unconsciously over time as we keep drawing the things that we like, and that's what can help us create this unique art style that we are looking for and have its own voice. The reason why it's important to do that is that most of the time people who try to find an art style, they try to delete their own voice from their artwork because they like more how the artists express themselves in their works, which is a bit sad. So please be more positive towards your work, yourself as a person and as an artist. Once you point out your strength at your current aesthetic level, it is time for you to look at other artists and make a mood board of their work. I recommend that you start with one or two artists that has similar vibe aesthetics to each other and take a screen cap of your favorite work from them and put them in a file or do a photo montage, which will end up to a mood board. Once you have collected the works of the artists that inspire you, it is time to dissect them and lay it out as explicitly as possible what you like about their work. For example, in my case, I really love the work of Tetsuya Nomura in the games The World Ends With You and Neo The World Ends With You. But what do I like about them specifically? Well, I mainly like the bold line art and how it plays a big part on how the graphic aesthetic stands out, and also how he mainly uses sharp and angular shaped language when he draws his characters, making it dynamic even when the characters is in a non-action pose. And finally, I like the minimal black shading spots he uses which enhance more the graphic aesthetic of his style. After making that breakdown, it's time to make an attack plan on how and what will you incorporate in your own artworks. Because as much as you like many things from one of two artists, you won't be able to implement everything because this will cause chaos in your art style, which will lead to inconsistencies and give you a hard time to your artistic voice. If we're going back to my example before, I mainly like three things from Tetsuya Nomura's work. Luckily for me, I was already on my way through drawing in an aesthetic that is heavily reliant on the line works, and since I started digital art, I mainly focused on having a good inking style. So I only had to adjust my line weight to make it as bold or even bolder than Nomura's work. And from there, I had to learn how to play with the shape language of my characters. This is where the fundamental studies and practice comes into play. So what I did, I break down with simple shapes how the artist drew his character by tracing over his work and then reproduce it on the side with the best of my abilities to make them look alike. And you'll probably see that sometimes it was a hit and sometimes it was a miss. But the goal here is to unlock an understanding of how the artist does it and not to become a master copy of this artist unless your end goal is to become this artist assistant in the future or something like that. Like I said earlier, you don't want to kill your own artistic voice. As you probably figured it out by now, an art style is just how an artist decides to stylize their fundamentals so they can make it their own instead of using it as it is. So get your fundamental studies right and then go stylish as much as you want. After making all the breakdowns, analysis, practice, and studies, it's time to put those into a test. Make some personal artworks and apply what you learned from those artists in that next illustration of yours. And let me warn you, there's a chance that it won't feel right at first, which is totally normal, because right now what you're doing is combining what you already know how to do while fusioning things you will like to have in your work. Think of it as a period of adaptation for your art process, and also you will realize that you will have to make some compromises here and there with those new adjustments, which is totally fine as well, because this will result into a new recipe that you will be able to say it's your style. When I first did try to apply elements from Nomura's style in my work, I realized that as much as I love the sharp and angular shape language, I didn't like the shape of the head. But one thing that I noted before I even do the style study is that I like the rounded anime head with a slight variation here and there. So I found a way to make the head shape of my characters fit that aesthetic that I'm looking for by playing with the variation in the line work, which resulted in a middle ground between a rounded shape with some sharp and angular edges around the cheek, eyebrow ridge, and the chin, balanced as it should be. Granted, I still need to work a bit more on it on the fundamental side of things to make it better. Give it a go. If you struggle to achieve the result you're looking for, there's two ways to fix it. One, the most obvious thing is that you need to upgrade your fundamental understanding behind the style, and the other one is that you need to go a bit deeper with your style study and make a deeper analysis as well. In order to do so, try to see if the artist that you're studying has any tutorials, guides, or step-by-step somewhere online where he goes over on how they achieve the look that they have in their work. If you can't find any, you can always ask a more experienced artist help as well, as they probably can understand how to break down their style, or another artist like you who already done the homework that you are doing right now, and ask them for the answer. Gotta get each other's back sometime. Alright, that goes over how to grind an art style. Hopefully this video was helpful, even though it was pretty short, but at least you have a better idea on what to do next. I want you guys to know that everything I said in this video is how I go about grinding an art style. I'm pretty sure there's other ways, and if you know some, please share in the comment. I would love to hear them. Also, I know I keep repeating myself, but in order to achieve any art style, you have to do your fundamentals. So if you need help with that, I made a video series called the Fundamental Roadmap, where I go over what you can do to practice in your art and made some significant upgrades within a year time. With that said, I will let you guys go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell to not miss my next YouTube video. And like always, keep grinding, take some break, but don't slack, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Alright, peace!